Charity Gaming Guild presents the Nat Pun Podcast. The Charity Gaming Guild presents the Nat Pun Podcast.
Hello everyone and welcome back to our Fireside episode. As always, I'm joined by the lovely Bertie. Say hello, Bertie. The lovely Andy. Say hello, Andy.
Hello, and I apologise for not building the fireside yet.
Oh,
It's
shocking.
You've been saying about it since forever.
I have.
And the lovely Ash. Say hello, Ash.
Hello, Ash. I didn't think you were going to call me lovely. Normally, what Andy does is miss the nice word, just call me Ash.
Well, I didn't prepare different
Not like me,
adjectives.
fair anything at all, just all on the fly.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's it. And you're all lovely to me.
And thank you for only taking 2 sentences to say you did it all on the fly rather than spending half an hour.
Well, someone's got to fill your episode out, Andy, haven't they?
I thought about preparing. So, following on from our last Fireside episode, we're going to continue reviewing the new Player's Companion for 2026. And we're going to take a look at the Lupine Guard and the Ocean Watch classes and subclasses, which are all Haven-specific classes. Just because I'm getting bored of my own voice in these, we're going to bounce it around a little bit so different people introduce different bits.
So those of you who listen only to this episode because you love hearing John talk,
Yes.
sorry guys.
I doubt, out of all of our listeners, there's even one.
I bet there's
I-
3.
I
You
bet
reckon
Claire
there's
listens
three?
to this episode.
There is no way she wants to hear my voice anymore. Like, she listens to it and thinks, oh, this is the one I should skip. Cool. So, Lupine Guard we'll take a look at first. So, Lupine Guard, thematically, is based from the city of Timberminster. It's the personal guard to Jarl Gerard Road.
Road.
That's the man.
G's party friend.
That's it.
Oh, P-A-R-T. Why? Because I got it.
Right. And essentially, the class is lycanthrope of various forms, but not sort of using the standard werewolfy rules from the monster manual or guide set. So,
But we
it's a
did
very cool class.
confirm that that's not strictly werewolves. It can be like a were-bear,
Yeah,
a
there's-
were-badger, a were-chicken.
Yeah, there's different subclasses, which is your kind of lycanthrope type. Effectively come
cool.
from the subclasses.
But like the ability talks about that a little bit, kind of, as
Because
well.
you're aware, Grandpa.
Where the grandpa? There the grandpa.
So, I'm just going to move on.
Yes, I think you should.
Whenever you make it awkward, we have those awkward silences, I'm going to move on.
Hang on, hang on.
So, the Lupine Guard. So, the core character traits is a strength-based class. Proficiencies in strength and constitution, so it's very much a frontline fighter-style class. D10s for hit dice, and kind of proficiency in athletics, nature, survival, perception, simple weapons, that sort of stuff. Bertie, would you like to introduce the character at the level 1 feature?
Of course. Becoming a Lupine Guard. So as a level 1 character, you gain all traits in the core Lupine Guard table, which is somewhere. I'll get to it in a minute. And you gain the Lupine Guard level 1 features, which are listed in the features table. So you get Expert Woodsman, Enhanced Perception, in brackets, Smell. Schnoofit. So Expert Woodsman, you're an expert in wooded areas, able to read the forests as easily as a city dweller can read the streets. You know where danger lurks and can easily find your way through even the most densely packed woodland. When in woods, you have advantage on perception and survival checks. You are never slowed by difficult terrain caused by woodland areas or plant life. So that's kind of like the ranger favoured terrain thing, but it's strictly woodlands. So you don't get to choose. And then the enhanced perception brackets smell You have advantage on any perception checks that rely on your schnoz.
Awesome.
So what, Ash, from a background point of view then, Lupine Guard, obviously we established they're kind of werewolf-esque. You only been born of that race, or if you were to be, like film sort of history would suggest, if you were bitten and survived by one, you could become one.
I don't think we've ever explicitly said, and we've also never really explored why people in Timberminster are rumoured to be lycanthropes. But I think you could be infected with lycanthropic diseases. I would say it can be transferred by bite, yeah.
Would they be accepted then by the people of Timberminster?
Possibly, because it would be like a safe haven, wouldn't it? It'd be somewhere for you to go where you could be accepted without the stigma of it, because other people in that area would be the same.
I definitely think as social hierarchies go, there would definitely still be a level of, well, you're not a pureblood. I think you'd have that, but you'd be a lot more accepted than if you just woke up one day in your own home village and were like, I turn into a monster every now and again.
So has Brink got a little letting their little house?
Yeah, well, if it's your character. I mean, he's got to look after Mara, who might be dying this year.
No, that's not happening.
Well, does it not tell you the name of the 2027 November game?
No.
The Death of Mara.
No.
No? Right.
Definitely saw that one on the presentation.
Yeah, I was definitely...
You do remember I do have an actual crossbow.
The Death of Ash.
Awesome. So, advantage on perception checks for smelling as well, which is useful. At level 2...
Would that be all the time, or only when you're in your lupine?
All the
That
time.
is all the time.
Would you need advantage in smelling if you'd followed me into the toilet?
No. In fact, if anything, that would be a hindrance.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd have to work with your DM on that, because smell checks don't come up all that often. You'd have to remind, you have to kind of bring it up when you as a player.
I mean, as a player, you'd have to instigate it, like, can I smell anything?
Yeah.
I'm practically a dog. Can I smell his arse? Do I know him?
That'd be quite fun for me, because I'm quite sensitive to smells. So I'd have to do a constitution save to be like, I sniffed it, but do I also get a migraine?
Awesome. So at level 2, you get some benefits from your lycanthropy. So you can engage your lycanthropic form, and that gives you the following: an increase to your speed by 10 feet. Your base armor class becomes 15 if you're not wearing any other armor. You gain a number of hit points equal to 10, 10 times your lupine guard level.
Yeah, reading that now, that's pretty immense.
So if you're level 15, you get 150.
Temporary hit points. Yep.
Damn.
Might need to graduate that a little bit.
Well, these are all subject to review.
No. It's set in stone. It's in print.
Your size changes to large, which I think would be hilarious if you were playing a halfling lupine guard.
Yeah. Whoa!
Strength and constitution scores increase to 20, unless they would normally be higher than that. So that to me is super pokey, because you could create someone who's got high intelligence, high wisdom, high charisma, but with this class, and then when you get into combat, just go trigger this 20s across everything.
Nice. Chunky.
So thinking about this though, right?
Are you seeing some errors that you might have?
Things that I might have missed. If your con increases to 20, that's going to increase your hit points, and you're going to get temporary hit points.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then when you come out of the lycanthropic form,
You lose temporary hit points.
you lose temporary hit points and potentially hit points. So you could die from transferring from well, no, you couldn't, because it reduces your max, doesn't it? So no, you wouldn't die. It would reduce your max. We're just workshopping
But
here.
it does open up the entire sort of Hulk debate, doesn't it? Because if you do become large, presumably any clothes you're wearing no longer fit. So you're either got to consciously take them off before you transform, or they're just going to be ripped.
Hold up, guys! I've got to get naked.
Yeah.
This sounds like
But then
task for you, Andy.
once you refer back to your original humanoid state, you're naked. So there's lots of people running around 10 minutes naked.
Possibly.
Can I just say as well,
Oh no.
for the Marvel stuff, that was so annoying. Because for so many other superheroes, they had like their special outfit that was specifically designed to ensure, like Mr. Fantastic, he could stretch and his outfit would be fine, and Johnny Storm, he could go on fire and his outfit would be fine. They never did that for the Hulk.
That's
He always was
because-
wearing just 38 waistband trousers that miraculously became 60.
I've got a theory on this, because whoever tailors for the superheroes, right, is not going to have Hulk in his full rage form in his tailor shop. That's
Do it
why.
outside.
But he won't stand still to measure him. Like, he's just angry. Like, why would you have that somewhere like that?
Elasticated pregnancy
Bad.
trousers.
Yeah. All the superhero tailors are just like that.
That's fair. There are some pretty good elastics out there.
Whoever wrote this though has thought about
Oh, okay.
it. It says later on something about that, but I'm not going to steal John's thunder because we're only halfway down the bloody list.
Exactly. You become vulnerable to silvered weapons. Pretty standard sort of trope for...
Only when you're transformed you become vulnerable.
yes.
Okay.
So why were they so adamant they didn't want to sort of touch our silver when they weren't transformed?
Yeah.
Look, let's not pick holes and things, okay? We're all having a lovely time.
Well, I suppose if you're doing it along the lines of someone who has the potential to not be born as it but be bitten as it, it wouldn't be a genetic thing, it's something that happens to you. So genetically, normally, in your normal form, you wouldn't have had that vulnerability. So it's only when you change, but when you go back to your normal. So in that way it works for both.
I imagine as well, it's like there's some people who can't touch materials because they don't like the feel of them or makes them feel sick.
Velvet.
There you go. Same thing.
Yeah.
Timberminster
Yeah.
with silver.
Well, that weird when you touch some stuff and it makes your ears ring and your teeth hurt.
Yeah. I get that with fleece.
Fleece.
Yeah, I don't like fleece. Or microfiber cloths.
So we have that with styrofoam.
So you also gain an additional bite or claw attack. You can use one of, like, I'm assuming the bite or claw, given that they do the same thing, which is a strength-based check, 1d10 piercing damage, is thematic rather than...
Yeah, it's left open-ended. So because it says at the top, your form you take is a natural woodland creature of your choice. So you could pick an elk.
Yeah.
Squirrel.
You could pick a squirrel,
You can get a vicious bite off a squirrel, to be fair.
a bear, a wolf, a
Badger.
badger.
Where'd you bite him?
So it allows the flexibility of you flavouring that attack to whatever creature you pick to transform into. Hence, someone mentioned earlier, not always being wolves. As well as flat class.
If you're reduced to 0 temporary hit points, you revert back to your original form. Not going to be a problem with 150.
All right.
When you transform, your equipment transforms with you. So you get no benefit from any weapons you're holding.
Oh, so it's all
But
physical.
you do gain the benefit of armour, with the exception of a shield.
So you couldn't transform and then be like attacking with a battle axe. Is that what that means?
That's the way I would read it, yeah. So only your armour basically stays the same.
Yeah, you gain no benefit from any weapons you are holding, but you do gain the benefit of any armour, with the exception of a shield.
So what
you
you
still wear your armour.
So you'd
you
have
use
the
your weapons.
axe on the back, but you couldn't use
So
it.
when you transform, your base AC goes to 15 if you're not wearing armour. So this, like, if you build one of these classes to max it, you just stick everything into deck.
Pretty much.
So we're saying that the Hulk's tailor makes all of the armour for Timberminster.
And then you can change the number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. And it resets on a long rest.
Long rest. Okay.
Which is interesting. So long rest, you've got to be a little bit careful how many times you use it. Level 3, you get to pick your subclass. There are 3 subclasses: Moonwalker, Royal Guard, and Feral Warrior, which we'll come on to later. Level 4, you get ability score improvement.
And
Or a
with
feat.
the Moonwalker subclass, do you have to sit in front of the TV and watch loads of Michael Jackson videos?
I think you do. You have to walk backwards.
Everywhere, whenever you're
Everywhere, yeah.
transformed.
You can only walk backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have to hum Thriller.
Very good calf muscles.
At level 5, you get an extra attack. Andy, would you like to introduce level 9 to us?
9? Not really. It's 9.
Level 9.
This is enhanced lycanthropy. So when you take the lycanthropic form from your lycanthrope feature, we make the following alterations.
Fuck me.
Following. So there is a list of 4 bullet points. 1, you increase your speed by 15 feet instead of 10 feet.
Okay.
So you're a bit quicker. Your base AC is, in brackets, using your terminology, assuming you have no armour, is 17 rather than 15.
Okay.
You gain a number of temporary hit points equal to 15 times Lupine Guard level.
So you could have an AC of 22 by this point.
AC of 22.
Potentially, was it 9 times 15?
135.
35 temp hit points.
Yeah.
I am so playing one of these in time you kill one of my kids, actually.
But if your enemy is using a silvered weapon, you're going to be vulnerable to it,
Yep.
so they'll be doing double damage to you. So that could potentially eat through that quite quickly.
Spell abilities like Moonbeam.
Yeah.
Send you back, yeah, and
Send
you've
you
got
back.
limited uses.
There are ways for DMs to counter this
Yeah.
still.
And you get the fun of going when Ash hits you. Oh yeah, I'm hurt.
I feel like we get a nerve with that one. His hair.
Is that?
I've got 600 temporary hit points. Oh,
And the final enhancement, if you like, is that you may take an additional bite or claw attack, one each of your turns as a bonus.
so you do
You get 2
two
attacks.
attacks?
Yeah.
So these attacks have a range of 5 feet and a strength based, so you deal 1d12 piercing damage instead of 1d10 and have the topple mastery.
So you're incredibly tanky, but your attacks is less than a fighter would be, isn't it? Because a
Yeah.
fighter's already got, by level 9, is it on or level 10 is 3 attacks, isn't it? 2 by level 5, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Or level 6.
So you can take a lot
But
of
you
hits,
can
but not necessarily
Dish
do a
out
lot.
tons and tons of damage.
Yeah.
But, so that bite or claw attack is a bonus action, so you can still make an unarmed strike as well.
Okay, so
And obviously your strength has gone up to 20.
yeah, so it's +5. No.
And you still get extra attack at level 5. So at level 9, you're making 2 unarmed strikes and 2 attack or bite.
So kind of
bite
monk
claws.
equivalent-ish.
Yeah, you're starting to deal more with volume of attacks is coming through at strength 20. I mean, even so, that bite or claw is still strength based, so it's 1d12 plus your strength modifier, which is going to be +5, your strength is 20. Plus 1d12 plus 5, with a +5 plus proficiency to hit. So there's still and you've got topple. So if you do those first
Yeah.
and knock them over, then you're going to get advantage on the other attacks as well.
I think I misunderstood that, and I thought it was like you just got 2 attacks.
Yeah, so they're,
At that point.
they're bonus
But
action.
the bonus action also frees up your actions to do other stuff.
Exactly.
Like,
So there's-
quite a lot of manoeuvrability in that.
yeah, and you don't lose control when you turn lycanthropic either. You're still, well, for now, you're still in control of what you're doing.
So if that's the case, you could potentially take them down with your bonus action and then use your action to moonwalk around them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
By way
you-
of celebration.
Sure. Yeah, if you want to. I mean, you could just use your movement to do that, but
I'm going to disengage.
yeah. You pull your ball again.
Jekyll and Heidi.
What, you're kind of useless, or you can...
Yeah, because you could, like, because of the benefits it gives you, you could, like you said, choose someone who's, like, very wise and that kind of stuff, and then you transform, and it's just...
Tell everyone you're a wizard because you're smart, kind
Yeah.
of thing.
And then when you actually get into battle, you're like, hold my bag.
I mean, taking that thought, imagine multi-classing this with a wizard. There's nothing that says you can't cast spells with your lycanthropic form.
Ah, yeah, because is it barbarian? You can't do magic, like when you rage?
Can't concentrate on
Yeah.
spells or do certain things where there's nothing like that here.
Oh, wow.
You can multi-class this with wisdom, bring
The
on
only
to
problem is-
fucking monster.
The only problem is when you transform, your equipment's considered transform with you accept your armour. So your spell...
You get no spell books, you need to be a sorcerer.
So you have to have some sort of innate thing. No
Yeah, you have to be a
focus
sorcerer or
or
a warlock or something.
Don't you still have to have a spell focus? Because if a spell has components, You still have to have a spell focus, wouldn't you? Even for sorcerer, you have spells that require component.
Yeah, the way to do it anyway.
feel like
We heard it from the horse's mouth, so to speak. So yeah,
as a sorcerer, you just go, oh, my armour, my breastplate that I'm wearing, my symbol.
My armour's my spellcasting focus.
I have a fake eye, and that's my spellcasting focus.
It's my tongue.
Yeah, it's my left nipple.
My right testicle.
If it's still there.
Well, it's the left one, of course, and the right one's all.
Oh, right. Thank goodness.
Ash, would you like to do level 11 and level 17?
I would love to,
Small
John.
ones.
Thank you. Level 11 is Bounding Hunter. If you move at least 10 feet toward a target and then hit with an attack roll, you can force the target to succeed in a DC 14 strength saving throw. On a pass, they suffer no ill effect. However, on a fail, they're knocked prone. Additionally, you may take the dash action as a bonus action.
Question.
Yes.
You mentioned something a second ago about topple. Is that already mentioned in there?
So
because it's not the same thing.
It's similar. So in terms of how you'd use that, you dash towards them. You'd have to use your action to attack, and then they try a strength save. They pass that. You can then use your bonus action to attack with your claws, and then try and topple them, which would be 8 plus your strength plus your proficiency, I think, for the save.
Okay.
Which of this would be level 11 plus 3?
8 plus 5 plus 3, yeah.
Yeah, so that's
16.
16. So you've got more chance of getting them prone with your bonus actions than you have with the bounding attack. But that first turn of combat where you're rushing towards people, you might as well try that first.
Yeah.
Because then potentially get 3 attacks at advantage.
That's exactly why that second bit is in there. Because otherwise there's no point, because you get it anyway with your other attacks.
Yeah.
Can we do 17 as well?
Yes, please. Yeah,
Level 17 is Moonborn Killer. Any attack roll made during the hours of darkness is made at advantage. Additionally, if you do not already have it, you gain dark vision to a range of 60 feet, seeing shades of grey.
And is that only when transformed, or is that all the time that you've got the dark
That's
vision?
just
all the time.
And
the advantage is all
and
the
how
time.
many shades of grey do you see?
50.
And the attack advantage of at night, does it have to be outside, or is it just wherever you are at night?
It's during the hours of darkness.
So you could be in a dungeon and be like, oh, it's night time. Hurrah!
Yeah.
Cool.
As long as you can tell the time.
Well, that's true.
Or whether you just close your eyes and pretend it's night.
It doesn't change the time though, does it?
I'm assuming that was intentional wording in this rather than in dim light or something like that for exactly that reason.
Yeah, we go on to talk about things like this in the subclasses.
Yeah.
It comes up again.
Cool. So that takes us up to level 17. Our first subclass is the Moonwalker. There's physical actions going on around the table here.
Andy's actually moonwalking across the table at the moment. Andy, get down! Oh, goes a hip.
So Moonwalker's the Night Hunters of the Lupine Guard, dedicated to protection during the hours of darkness. At level 3, they get Lunar Enhancement. So any attacks made at night time or where you're in total darkness are magical, which is quite powerful.
And if you're at the high level, they're at advantage. So they're advantage and they're magical.
Yep.
Stacking.
At level 7, this class gets Eclipse. So you can cast a darkness spell requiring no material components. Wisdom is your spellcaster modifier. That's where I can go. I've clearly missed something.
As soon as you said eclipse, I got distracted and was thinking of the Jaffa Cake.
I knew that's where I knew it. I knew that's where you would be. Full moon.
Half moon. Pleasant.
Sorry. Sorry.
It's all right. Wisdom spellcaster modifier. Once you've used a feature, you can't use it again until complete a long rest. When this spell is in effect, any ability or feature that works during the hours of darkness or at night time will take effect.
So you can use the Eclipse ability to cast darkness, which will trigger those other abilities that happen during the hours of darkness or at night time.
Can you see in your magical darkness sphere? It doesn't say anything that says you can.
If you've got dark vision, yeah, but
It doesn't
if
say
not,
it has to.
Also-
It doesn't say you have to be in it though, does it? It just says it has to be up.
Is that part of... I don't know if it's a feature, if that's part of the normal spell darkness that the caster can see through it, or is that just certain
maybe
features?
possibly. I'll have a look. Hang on.
I thought darkness, no one can see through it, even if you cast it yourself.
I'll have a look.
Like a blind sight, I thought.
I might be wrong, it might be a specific feature of certain things, but I mean, it would make sense that if you're casting a spell, you would be able to see through that spell.
The creature with dark vision can't see through this darkness, and no magical light can't illuminate. Nope, it's for everyone. Caster as well.
Okay.
And dark vision doesn't work through darkness.
Oh dear.
So
So that'd be why I haven't bothered.
Yeah.
Would you like to do level 10 for us, Bertie?
Sure.
Oh, can I jump in? Just a thought.
Okay.
With that darkness, that might be where the smell thing comes in more. So you might then be able to use smell to try and find somebody, and then that bonus to your smell perception, possibly.
There's also feats that allow you to get 10-foot blind sight and stuff like
Yeah.
that as well, which could be taken knowing it's coming up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Sorry about it.
That's okay. It gave me a chance to quickly peruse
Reread.
what it said. So level 10 is Lunar Lycanthropy. When you use your lycanthrope ability during the hours of darkness, you gain the below benefits in addition to those listed in the Lupine Guard features table. You may attack one additional time. For example, if you have an extra attack, you will attack 3 times, which means you could go up to 5 times if you used your bonus action as well. Damn! You may, as a bonus action, emit an eerie howl. All creatures who can hear you within 60 feet need to do a DC 14 wisdom save or be frightened of you until the end of your next turn.
That's actually...
Thank you, Andy.
Yep, just shit myself.
Yeah.
I think the important thing to note about that is it's all creatures.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like party members, everything. So you've got to be careful.
But I like that as well, the idea that you're just travelling with someone, you've been fighting with them, and all of a sudden they just howl, because I would probably be shit scared if they just did that rapidly. What are you doing? And your sight is not impeded by magical darkness. You can always see through it. So that covers that one.
Always thinking.
Awesome.
Yeah, you can cast the spell, but you have to wait a level before you can see through it.
3 levels.
That's true.
Andy, would you like to take us through level 13, Healing Moonlights? He's on the...
Ah, right, because I was level 13 down there as well, and that threw me a little.
That's for the next
I think
one.
that's
next subclass.
Okie dokie. So, during the hours of darkness, you may, as an action, draw on the healing power of the moon, which begins to knit your wounds back together. Does the moon have knitting needles?
Apparently so.
Okay then. You may, as an action, restore 1 d6 hit points for each Lupine Guard level you have. That sounds quite good.
So that's level 13,
Oh,
so you
there's
can
more.
do 13d6 on top of your
Comes on
130
odd.
3,000 temporary HP. Amazing.
And if you are a lycanthrope in lycanthrope form, you do not regain hit points. Instead, generate a new amount of temporary hit points equal to 10 times your Lupine Guard level.
Jesus Christ.
So let's go
You literally...
130 temporary hit points.
Once you have used this feature, you may not use it again until you have completed a long rest.
How long that feature trigger for, did it say? Was it just a one use?
So it's a 1 use until
one
you have
use.
a
It's
long
not
rest.
like it's up for a minute or anything like that.
God, no.
Cool. Ash, would you take us through... I'll tell you what, I'll take through 15 and 18 and I'll give you a bigger one on the next subclass. So level 15 is Eclipse Enhancement, so you can cast a Darkness spell twice per long rest rather than once. Level 18 is the last feature, it's called Bathed in Moonlight Power. So during the hours of darkness, you may draw on the power of the moon to enhance your ability. You choose to use this ability at the end of your turn. When you do, you can move, take an action and a bonus action again, effectively receiving a second turn. You may not use this ability more than once per turn. Once you've used it, you can't use it until you've completed a long or short rest. It's quite powerful again, isn't it?
It's like a haste for a round without the exhaustion.
Yeah, but you have to do it in darkness, which is the pale,
Yeah.
the condition. Isn't
Yeah.
It?
I think that's a very powerful class, especially with all the temp hit points as well.
Don't
And
we, mate?
extra bits and pieces. It's be a fun one, I think, to play.
Yeah, because if you've got your temp HP from the previous thing, they get knocked off and you're like, right, I'll just activate this thing and bump my HP.
130 more. Yeah.
Wow.
See, it feels really strong to me, but I think as long as this, like, if you had, like, as long as your DM knows you're playing that, I think, especially if you had, like, a whole party of Lupine Guards, that could be a really, really fun thing to do, because you can throw some mega monsters at a group with that
Oh,
many
definitely. They're
temp HP.
tanky as hell, aren't
Yeah. Ash, would you like to introduce our next subclass and perhaps do level 3 and 7 features?
I'd love to, John. Thank you. It's called the Royal Guard. So the Royal Guard protect the Great Hall itself. They are meant to be the guard of the Jarl, but such a powerful individual requires no protection.
Of course.
Of course, naturally. Level 3, you get Pack Hunter. When you make an attack against a creature and a friendly creature is also within 5 feet of the target, your attack is made at advantage.
Nice.
Easy peasy. You want 7 as well?
Mm-hmm.
A Fair Fight. The Royal Guard are obsessed with honourable combat. So as bonus action, you may use this feature. All creatures within 5 feet of you must make a wisdom save. DC is 8 plus charisma plus proficiency. You may choose one creature to automatically pass the save. Any creature who fails the save must move 5 feet directly away from you via the most direct route. Any creature who passes may choose to move back or stay. The creature who you choose to automatically pass must remain where it is. You may not make attacks of opportunity against those who step away from you.
So if you're surrounded, you can kind of force them back.
Yeah, it's kind of like a challenge.
Okay.
Like you pick someone to challenge them, you're automatically going to pass it, so you stay where you are, you can't move. Everyone else takes a save. If they fail, they move away, opening up the area for the two of us to fight.
Oh, because it said creature, I was thinking that was like a bodyguard thing.
No.
So you can push everyone back away
Well,
from
you
someone
could
you're
use it like
protecting.
that, I suppose. Yeah, you could use it like that as well. Yeah, it would work defensively as well as offensively. So you pick your friend to stay where you are and get everyone else to piss off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it works both ways. Yeah.
I like also the idea thematically of being like, no, I will run with you, haha, and then you've made the move and they immediately come all back at you again.
That is a bonus action, so you do at least get one hit before you swarm.
Yeah, you
back
can
in.
move past them without triggering attacks opportunity is the biggest thing as well. And you can get access to people who are or other creatures who you might not have been able to get to before as well.
Yeah.
So
It's cool.
Cool. At level 10, get first into the fray. So you make all initiative rolls at advantage. In addition, you can take the dash action as a bonus action, which is cool. Battleground maneuverability. And at level 13, even the odds. So as a reaction to a friendly creature within 5 feet of you being hit by a second creature, you can use your skills to try and even the odds. You may cause the attack to be made at disadvantage. However, if you do this and the attack missed, the attack is then resolved against you instead. Quite cool. Bertie, would you like to do level 15 for us?
Okay. Level 15, never give up. When
Never surrender!
Yeah. When you
Only
are
a flesh
reduced after 15 hours to 0 HP, you may make a Constitution saving throw, DC equals 10, or the damage taken, whichever is higher. On a pass, you are instead restored to 1 HP and do not fall unconscious. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, regaining all expended uses on completed long rest. So kind of like the orcish thingy when you go down and then you come back up at 1 is kind of similar to that, isn't it? But you actually have to save, because I think with that one it just happens, whereas this one you actually have to
there's a roll involved.
actively.
But do you have
it.
to sing the song? I get knocked down,
No,
but I
if you
get up
do that,
again.
you fail all your death
Okay.
saves.
I wouldn't do
That's
that
the
because you
rule.
are unconscious at the moment.
That's true, man.
Level 18, hold your ground. You are immune to the stunned and prone conditions. Damn. Damn. That's, I mean, you do have to wait a while before you get it, but that's pretty impressive.
What does that mean if you...
Stun doesn't come up too often for monsters, but prone comes up a lot.
Yeah, I mean, if you are reduced to 0 hit points, you fall prone.
You just keep, like, ragdolling back.
You're upright, but
Like,
I got this.
bottom, just he doesn't fall down. Just
Yeah.
Ah.
No, there you go.
Sorry, that was a Harry Potter reference again. Did you get it? No? You don't remember that bit
No.
either? Okay, it's fine.
Can I ask, Andy, would you introduce the next subclass, which is the Feral?
Huh? Which one's that?
Ferrale!
Feral warrior. Some of the Lupine Guard lose control of their lycanthropy, unable to control when they turn into their lycanthropic forms. These are dangerous individuals and are used by Timberminster to patrol the forests of Fortitude.
Do you want to do level 3 ability as well?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Ash.
Uncontrolled lycanthropy.
I would definitely question Gerard Rhodes' thinking there. These guys cannot control when they transform. just let them out.
Go in the forest. Yeah.
Just patrolling.
Too dangerous in the city.
Yeah.
Yes, we-
outside.
So that girl that was in a really bad state, the likelihood is.
Yeah, I can blame one of them.
Yeah.
G's blaming one of them. Yeah, it's superb. We want to keep our, the rumours of us all being suffering from this condition secret, so we'll send all the mad ones out.
Yeah.
Okay, level 3. Whenever you take more than 15 points of any damage type in a turn, you must transform as per the Lycanthrope feature into the Lupine God features table. Note that this does not take up one of your transformations listed. You also get 217 times your Lupine Guard level in temporary hit points.
I think that's really interesting though, because it doesn't use your thing. But whoever's playing that is literally just going to be throwing themselves into combat.
Yeah.
Kind of like, hit me first, hit me. Just to
There's
save
so many
resources.
times that you can transform. Like in a day, if you've got with the other ones, if it's your proficiency bonus, it's like every time you take that much damage, it's like, well, do it again. And then
Hit
heal
me
up.
with your rhythm
Do it
stick.
again.
What happens if you get moonbeamed then? So you get moonbeamed in your normal form, you take damage, you transform, you then get moonbeamed again, so you transform back. Then you get moonbeamed, like, if you keep getting moonbeamed
Really,
over and over,
really
just keep
elastic.
popping
You
up
take,
and
you
down.
take the damage and then the effects, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you'll take the damage, which will make you transform, and then the effect reverting back to normal form again.
Okay.
So you'd never be transferred because of damage from Moonbeam.
Gotcha.
This is the order of effects.
Makes sense.
That's how I would
How
remember that.
frustrating would that be to be the player in that? Yeah.
I hate Moonbeam as it is. but-
Yeah.
Moonbeam and silvery barbs, your two
Oh,
favourite
God.
spells.
Ugh.
Ash, would you like to tell us about your level 7 ability?
My level 7.
Your specifically,
My
yes.
specific one. Lycanthropic Rage.
Sounds like
Whenever you... It does sound like me, yeah. I get hairier and angrier. Whenever you make an attack in your lycanthropic form, you make the attack at advantage. However, such as the recklessness of your attack, all melee attacks made against you are made at advantage until the start of your next turn. Additionally, as you are an ever-moving whirlwind of rage, ranged attacks are made at disadvantage.
So I was thinking that was like the barbarian reckless
Reckless
attack.
attacks, a bit different,
A little
slightly
different. Yeah.
You're harder to hit if you're shot because you're moving around so angrily, but you're easier to hit in combat because people can get in within your guard and smack you more easily, but all your attacks make advantage.
It's like Tasmanian Devil-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Useful one. I like that. Level 10, you get
What the heck?
a bit. Level 10, you get Unstoppable Force. So whilst you're in your lycanthropic form, at some point before we finish this episode, I won't learn how to say that.
I think any of us have said it the same.
Lycanthropic form, you have advantage against any saving throws which restricts or stops your movement, or against any effect which will cause you to be moved, and you're resistant to slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning damage. Nice, powerful buff. Better would you do level 13 for us?
Sure.
Level 13. Unnatural Strength. When you're in your lycanthropic form, you make all athletics checks and strength saving throws with advantage. Additionally, increase your strength to 22 when you're in that form.
Nice. Plus 6.
So +6 on, and you'd have what proficiency? So you're +6 plus your proficiency of whatever on your attacks, because it's strength based for your attacks as well as.
And 13 is +5.
So +11. Ooh, chunky.
That's good for attack at
Yeah.
that level, isn't it? We pass to you, Andy. Level 15.
15? Lycanthropic. Lycanthropic Fortitude. Only get one sentence. When you generate your temporary hit points for your lycanthropic form, pick a number and just add it. No, double the result.
Double that sentence.
So much.
Sorry. That's 300 temporary hit points.
So yes, you just double the results.
300 points.
Because it's 15.
15 times 10 times 2.
But no, it's not. It's more, isn't it? Because
It'd be 15 times 15.
15 times 15.
Was that a subclass one or was that actually main class?
That's a subclass one. So it'd be 15 times 15.
Because you've got your normal
Yeah.
which is
What's 15 times 15's 175?
someone who knows
Times
maths.
24.
Help us.
Oh, my brain is not working here. Someone get a calculator out.
15.
Put it in the comments. Let's just on Discord.
120.
225, which is what I thought.
Oh, 225. So then it'll double
Times
to
2.
450.
450.
Temporary hit points. There you go.
So essentially, you're going to be unkillable
Yeah, just get moonbeamed.
for the most part.
Just get moonbeamed, mate.
Fair enough. Ash, would you like to introduce level 18?
No, because I'm going to change it. The Perfect Woodsman. You can climb trees without penalty to your movement, add 10 feet to your movement speed. These take effect both in and out of your lycanthropic form.
So
That's much calmer, isn't it?
is that 10 on top of the 10 previously? So you add 20 rather than it. Okay.
Ooh, feels like you're a weird mix of sort of monk / barbarian
Yeah.
/ sack of hit points.
Yeah.
/ chieftain tank.
Yeah. I feel like as a player, you could get massively overconfident with this class. You could be like, yeah, let me go first, I'll soak it. And as soon as you your form drops, you're just in trouble.
Yeah.
But it's also the fun idea that the woodland creature you chose was like, I don't know, a deer. And you're like a really, really tangy deer. Or a muntjac with like the double nostrils. You just the most unfearful kind of monster possible. You're just like hoofing people.
A werebeaver goes around gnawing all these trees.
I tell you who'd love this, Phil.
Feel like a field day, wouldn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely love that class. Let's go there. What's your subclass of choice there?
I quite like the idea of being just wild and reckless.
Feral?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the moon one. The one that was more focused on the stuff that you can do at night.
Moonwalker.
Yeah, Moonwalker.
It's my favourite as well.
I think I would probably have fun playing the feral one.
Feral buddies.
Awesome. So there you go. That's the
Broken guard, lupine guard.
blueprint.
Which you're definitely not going to do any adjustments to for at least 6 months.
So if
Give people a chance to play with them before they get
And if you do,
put under control.
if you do have access to this through Patreon or you buy it or whatever, then any revisions you get for free as well. So if we do change anything.
if Ash runs any online one shots for members, all of you need to play Lupine Guard. Awesome. We'll move on to the Ocean Watch next. So the Ocean Watch are Mara Wave Walkers guard, essentially, from Oceanhold. And their whole thing is around being seafaring and next to the sea, although there's a lot more people next to the sea nowadays in the All Havens than there were before.
It was definitely a factor when writing this class was to give people something seafaring,
Yeah.
because it might be more important nowadays.
So, thematically, Trident Warriors is probably the right sort of vibe, isn't it? To go to sort of the way they're described and the weaponry that they tend to use.
Yorick Wave Walker was famous for having a trident.
Some Aquaman.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Very old dad.
King
Triton.
Triton, yeah.
Their primary ability is a dexterity. They're a dexterity-based class. They still get 1d10 for their hit points, saving throw proficiencies in dexterity and wisdom. Reasonable list of skill proficiencies to choose from around acrobatics, perception, nature, survival. Proficient with simpler martial weapons, armor training with light and medium. So a nice sort of mix of martial things to choose from there. At level 1, you gain all the features from the Ocean Watch table. You gain Trident Soldier. So when you're using your trident or wielding a trident, you can use your dexterity rather than your strength, which is nice and cool as a dex-based character. And you also gain Ocean Master, so you can make any nature or survival checks that relate to sea or rivers with advantage. Additionally, you're proficient in sea vehicles, and when it comes to checks relating to the use or repair of a sea vehicle or ship, as listed in Mounts and Vehicles part of the player handbook. That's quite cool. Quite useful, especially now the world's all broken up and island based.
You don't get that from very many places either. It's hard to get that kind of proficiency.
Would you like to do our level 2 Trident Master?
Oh, of course. A Trident Master. You have learned to wield your trident as effectively as possible, using it in different ways for different effects. You may, as a bonus action on your turn, use one of the below trident forms. You must be using your trident in order to use any of the below forms. Form of control. One target which you have hit with an attack this turn must succeed on a con saving throw. DC is 8 plus your Ocean Watch level and proficiency, suffering no ill effect on a pass. On a fail, their speed is reduced to 0 until the end of their next turn. So it's kind of like the Sentinel, whack it and it can't get away. Business, nice. Form of aggression. You may add half of your Ocean Watch level, rounding up, to your next attack roll made on your turn. Note that this was attack roll only and not damage. So it gives you a bit more of a bump there. And form of defense. Until the start of your next turn, you may add half of your Ocean Watch level to your AC rounding up. However, your speed is reduced to 0 as you adopt a defensive stance.
Okay. I think that's some powerful things in there. It's better as you level up intentionally.
It definitely feels more balanced. The benefits, there are
100 hit points.
Yeah. There's yes, your AC gets bumped, but you can't move, and you get a bonus to your attack, but not your damage. So I think it feels a little bit more. It's a little bit. Oh, wow. But it's a bit more reasonable as features go, definitely.
But I think that's really useful.
Yeah.
That kind of you can't move, but you get really defensive.
Yeah.
It's narratively as well. That's quite a nice. You can be that rear guard holding the doorway, or the one holding the gangplank onto a ship, or whatever it is, can't you? And kind of
hold the door.
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds like me sitting on the sofa after I've had a big takeaway. I get very defensive, and I definitely can't move.
So
You've been a bit too much. Bugger all.
at level 3, you get the Ocean Watch subclasses. And you've got to pick there. There are 2 subclasses. One is Sea Master, and one is Harbour Master, which we'll come on to in a moment. Ash, would you like to do levels 4 and 5?
So they're seamen, are they? He said Ash and then hands it to me.
She's preparing.
I've got it.
I'll give him a chance to pre-read it.
All right, what am I doing?
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet. Ashley's going to do 4 or 5, and then Andy afterwards you do 7 and 9.
It's not going to take me long.
Yeah.
Level 4 is your ability score improvement, so ASI improvement feat or another feat of your choice. You also get that at levels 6, 8, 12, 14, 16 and 19. And then level 5 is your extra attack.
Nice. Andy, would you do level 7 and 9 for us?
Level 7, you get 2,000 hit points, and as Mara's personal bodyguard, no matter where in the world you are in relation to her, if she gets attacked, you take the wounds. So she can't die. Up your bum.
So is Mara Oceanhold related?
She rules Oceanhold.
Yeah. So in level 7, enhanced forms. When using your trident forms, as listed in Trident Master, you add your full Ocean Watch level rather than half of your Ocean Watch level.
Nice.
And in level 9, Form of the Wind. In addition to the forms that you have listed, In addition to the forms that you have as listed in the Trident Master feature, you also gain the Below form, which you can use as a bonus action on your turn. Using your trident, you command the winds, an ability used to assist with sailing, or to manage vessels around port of Oceanhold proper. You may cast a Gust of Wind spell, requiring no material components except for a large curry. Wisdom is your spellcasting ability.
Interesting. I think the thing that jumped out there for me was the using your full level.
Yes.
One of the previous ones was added your level to your AC.
Plus 7 AC with 0 speed.
Plus 7 AC?
If you're adding your full level and you're level 7.
Yeah. But by the time you reach like level 20.
Oh yeah, well, 20.
Yeah.
Obviously on plus 20.
Yeah. That's going to be AC in the 30s region at a really high level.
But you can't go anywhere.
But you can't move.
But you got 6,000 temp HP, so it's really not.
And Mara's safe. That's what's important.
Up on her one, yeah.
At level 11, you get Water Walk. So you can cast the Water Walk spell, requiring no material components, and Wisdom's your modifier for that. Doesn't say how many times when it resets. I would imagine proficient equals your proficiency.
Well, according to that, no, you just cast it like a spell.
Cast it.
Like a
Awesome.
like a creature would innately cast a spell.
Nice.
You can just do it. I think, to be honest, it's not going to be that great, game breaking,
No.
because it's not like you can be able to carry your entire party across.
By level 11, don't you have, most people got fly or some other ability anyway, haven't they, as well, which helps. Level 17, final trident. So your trident becomes a lightning rod, sparking energy as you strike with it. When you hit a creature on your turn, you may, as a bonus action, use your rod to unleash held lightning energy. You deal an additional 3d8 lightning damage to your target. If you use the ability during a storm, it becomes 3d12. Nice little boost. And then, Bertie, would you do a level 20 for us?
Okie dokie. Level 20, Wave Walker's Call. You call upon the might of the Wave Walker family, a well-respected seafaring family with royal blood. Their commanded respect for the sea itself becomes manifest. You may use this feature as an action on your turn. When you do, you summon 1d4 minus 1 to a minimum of 1 water elemental myrmidons. Place each of these creatures within 5 feet of you. If you can't place them within 5 feet, then they are not summoned. They take their turn immediately after yours. Follow your command, which must be given on your turn. No action or bonus action required to do so. Nice. If you're unable to give them a verbal command, they will attack any creature that attacked you. If no creature is available, they will move as close to you as possible, taking the dodge action on their turn. That's pretty cool.
That should have a usage limit on it.
No.
It doesn't say
It doesn't. It therefore, rules is written.
Absolutely.
That will have a usage limit on it, very sure.
So when you say if you can't place them within 5 feet of you, they can't be placed, does that mean if you can't place just one of them, none of them get placed? Or is it you can place any that were within 5 feet, anything you can't?
That's the intention. But that should definitely be once per long rest. Should be the limit on that, which it will appear in there soon.
I was going to say, so that's up to 3. So Water Elemental Myrmidon is a CR7 creature with 127 hit points. So that's pretty
chunky,
sizable. Yeah, it makes 3 trident attacks. It's a pretty chunky. You talk about action economy.
Yeah.
Kind of earlier in the last week's session, that's a suddenly shift in balance there, isn't it? Big shift in balance.
The problem with it not having a limit is every single one of your turns you could use it as an action. So every turn you could generate 1d4 minus 1 or elemental myrmidons. Every single turn.
You'd never walk into a room again, would you? Just stand outside, stand them all up and send
that's
them in.
why it should be a limit of 1 use per long rest.
Awesome.
Sorry, Bertie.
So we're on to the subclasses now. So the first subclass is Sea Master. The Sea Masters are the Ocean Watch members who traverse the sea aboard ships and other vessels, bringing the might of ocean hold to any who are waterborne. Basically, official pirates. That's the way I see them.
Yeah.
Licensed pirates.
What's known as the Navy.
That's right. So at level 3, you get Master Navigator. So you get proficiency in nature and survival if you're not already proficient. Ash, would you like to do level 10 for us?
Form of the Seaborn. In addition to the forms you have as listed, the Trident Master and Form of the Wind feature, you also gain the Below form, which you can use as a bonus action on your turn. You drive your trident into a body of water. When you do, you may choose for the water to do one of the following, which affects an area equal to 5 times your proficiency bonus. Calm, the water becomes still if it is moving. Turbulent, the water becomes turbulent. Shocking. Freeze, the water becomes ice.
Oh, didn't see that coming.
That's it. That's the ability.
It's still quite a powerful
But
ability. Being able to freeze water and stuff.
You said 5 times your proficiency.
5 times your proficiency bonus. So if your proficiency bonus is +4, it affects a 20 foot by 20 foot area.
Okay. So it's a decent size.
I suppose it's a 20 foot cubed, isn't it? Because it'll be 20 foot by 20 foot by 20 foot.
Yeah.
So you could stop a river flowing. If a dam bursts potentially and you were downriver, you could maybe stop it or divert it.
Someone's drowning. You could.
Someone's drowning,
make
you
that
could
bit
just
bigger.
put them in ice.
Yeah.
You could sink a ship. I reckon you could sink a ship with it.
Yeah. It's deliberately left quite open-ended so the DM can interpret exactly what that effect would be. There are no rules for what does turbulent water do. It's up to the DM to decide how that affects what's going on.
So you can create your own little sort of iceberg.
Can I ask for
Get
an
shit to run into
adjustment
it.
on that?
That's what I was thinking.
Can you
There's that
also
sailing
add, because you've got that you can freeze it, could you also add that you can heat it up so you could create your own personal jacuzzi?
Yeah.
I mean, there are other uses.
Well, no,
but-
you just use that.
But yeah, if you can make it hot as well.
Just
you've
use
got-
the form of the wind for that.
You've got the burning of. You can cook fish in the sea, boil yourself a crab, and then nom nom nom.
Probably just make it freeze. As part of the freeze thing, the water becomes ice or frozen water becomes liquid. Rather than
Specifically
warming it
needs
up.
to be hot. We need to have an option. But I'm just imagining
Jacuzzi mode.
jacuzzi mode. G, Vespa, Adonis, Nyx, just rocking up.
None of you are ocean gods.
What then
We
meets
could bump into
one.
We could
yeah,
bump into one. It's
someone
like,
who
I've
happens-
trained for years to be in the ocean guard. Would you like to go in my hot tub?
Yeah.
Every shit. Today, soldier, you're on hot tub duty.
duty.
Yes, sir. I'll dive my trident right in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. See, you've already reasoned out why it should be in there.
You've sold it.
Yeah.
That's weird. Andy, would you like to introduce the next feature for that?
Captain of the ship. These are the voyages of the Star Trek Enterprise. Out of 5? No, different ship. Whenever you or a friendly creature on the same vessel, as you make any check relating to the use of the vessel, you may add your proficiency bonus to their roll. Additionally, if they are within 5 foot of you, you may make the check with advantage.
Useful work. The next feature at level 15 is a tide reader. So you are an expert at reading the tide. Whenever you're aboard a vessel, you may double the speed of the ship.
Huge.
Faster.
Yeah. For a naval-based campaign, that is massive, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like,
You're literally halving the
massive.
time it takes to get anywhere.
Yeah. Or outrunning creatures,
Or outrunning
outrunning
yeah.
pirates, anything really, isn't it? It's absolutely massive. And then lastly, at level 18, you get Ship Master. So any vessel under your control receives the following benefits. So increase the damage threshold by 5. Repairs take half a day and 10 gold pieces to restore 1 hit point worth of damage rather than the full day. And any attack roll made by a creature using weapons built into the ship is made with advantage, which again is quite a big benefit of
Yeah.
a naval-based campaign, isn't it?
Yeah, given the way the world is now, this class really has legs. Whereas if it was in the older Wavens, no one ever got a boat anywhere, did they? Let's be honest. Unless you're playing a Christmas campaign. But now this could impact a lot of different campaigns.
Yeah, really, really powerful. Bertie, would you like to introduce Harbour Master subclass to us?
Of course. Harbour Master. The Harbour Masters are the Ocean Watch who are land-based. Go figure. Guarding the ports and keeping the peace.
You guys are relentless today, aren't you?
I just think, well, some people might not know what
You've gained 150 hit points.
Shocker.
Can we keep going?
Yeah.
Okay. Level 3, you get customs and excise. You gain proficiency in the insight skill. If you're already proficient in this skill, you instead gain expertise, which equals double proficiency. For those who don't know. I love the idea of, and it's definitely something that I think Zeke would do, to fully lean into this.
Yeah.
Oh, can I just check your baggage, please? Actually, Article C minus 3.-94, it says that fruits and vegetables are not allowed.
Confiscating those. Launch them to the sea.
At level 10, you get a trained eye. So whenever you make a skill check to detect somebody hiding a physical item on their person, you can make that check at advantage. Additionally, if you've seen the best and worst hiding places, any check you make to hide an item on your person is also made at advantage.
Pass the lube.
We're not even going to open that can of worms, I don't think. Ash,
Okay.
would you introduce level 13?
Cough bend.
That's what I should have called it, not a trained eye. I should have called it bending off. Level 13, voice of command. You are used to instructing citizens, usually for their own safety. You may, as a bonus action, select one friendly creature who can hear you. That creature may immediately move and make one action as if it were their turn.
That's a useful one. Yeah. Andy?
Level 15, Protector of the People. You've learned how to use your trident to defend as well as attack. As a reaction to a friendly creature within 5 foot of you being hit by a melee attack, you may use your trident to parry the blow away. You may add your hit roll bonus with your trident to the friendly creature's armor class. This may cause the attack that originally hit to instead miss.
I like. Right, sorry. Can anyone hear that very confused rooster to start off with?
Mm-hmm.
And two,
Go, put your rooster away.
I like that because for Vesper she has the protection, but she has to have her shield out in order to use that, which means I don't get the two-handed benefits of the battle axe. I like that because you're not having to have a shield, and I don't know if the trident has a two-handed, one-handed kind of element to it.
I can't remember.
But it's nice not having to go, oh, I can't protect you because I didn't have my shield out because I wanted to do a bit more damage. I really like that. That's nice.
Lastly, at level 18, you get Form of the Storm. So when using your final form feature, roll 6d8 or 6d12 for the lightning damage instead.
Ooh. 68 or 60-12. Why does it change?
Because if you use it during a storm, you roll d12.
Ah, yes, the storm element. Thank you. Yes.
What do you think on that then?
I much prefer the Sea Master to the Harbour Master thematically, and I think it has a lot. It's more unique than any other class. There's no other class that gives you any sort of benefits like that whatsoever.
It feels. Some of the elements are a bit roguish, I feel, with some of the things that you can do. But it's almost more in depth of like if you had a specific NPC that you wanted to give a bit of a buff to in terms of that. It's tricky with thinking of what. Definitely with the Seamaster one, it's amazing if you are having a sea-based campaign, but if you aren't, then it's a bit like, well, you might feel a bit like, well, I can't do much with it. But with this one, I feel like there's probably more situations where you could transfer those abilities into other circumstances.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it's cool.
What do you think, Andy?
Yeah, there's aspects of it that I'm really attracted to. I mean, you're right. I think if we make that comparison to the lycanthrope, you might think, oh, it seems a bit weak, but actually overall, there are some elements, especially as you say, with the changes to the Allhavens and the greater need for sea vessels and the likes. I just like the idea of being able to control wind by farting and then creating a jacuzzi by sticking me trident in it.
There is also another subclass coming for this, which is a canoe master, written specifically for Andy.
Kayak master, thank you.
Oh, sorry.
It's also fun the idea that these classes already existed, right? And people were already in the world, but they were kind of like a little bit forgotten. They were like, oh yeah, cool, nice that you can do that. But now that the world has changed, they're really in demand.
Yeah.
It's like, well, actually, it just so happens I am a master of the sea. So there's that cool kind of social element to it that could be like previously you were shunned almost, and now it's like, well, if you want to hire me, it's going to be 7,000 gold a day. Thank you very much.
This whole little sect of ocean watchers are sitting around just going, I didn't ask for this. I was quite happy just cruising and they paying attention to me. Now I'm so busy.
Now and again, I'll just make people's boats go a little bit faster. It's quite fun. Now everybody wants me to go into battle. I'm just a jacuzzi man.
Awesome. Brilliant. Well, so that is the Lupine Guard and the Ocean Watch. And I think that's where we'll end today's episode. Thank you all for joining us.
Nice.
And we will see you on the next one.
And of course, it's time now to shout out our Patreon members. We have our Ruby members, Niall R, Laura D, Claire C, Pole C, Rebecca M, Alberta S and Joshua M.
Our Sapphire members, Gary S, Dave R, Kylie T, and our Emerald member, Stuart P.
The Diamond Group, Ash, Bertie, John, Andy, Dave F, Martin M, Chris L and Zeke W.
And Obsidian, we have Ant. Deck was in here, but his direct debit bounced. And for our ruling council, we've got JP, Sophia S, and Chris BT.
Thank you to all of our Patreon members for supporting what we do at the Charity Gaming Guild. If you want to shout out on the Nat Pun podcast, head over to patreon.com/charitydnd today and sign up to a tier.